Would everyone please remain standing for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner? Good evening. Good evening and welcome to this celebration of the Rutland High School's graduating class of 2026. Before we begin, I would like to take just a moment to recognize and to thank the whole team of people who make today's event possible. It is quite an undertaking to put on an event of this size. Rebecca Badgley, Tiffany Morano, the maintenance department, the office staff, and the whole team of people, too numerous to list here, thank you so much for your extra efforts to make today special for the seniors and for their families. Thank you. I once knew someone who, by way of greeting, their typical greeting would be to say, "Hey, what's your story?" And it was sort of this combination, it was a little offsetting. It was this combination of what's going on and what are you doing and where are you headed? But the question was always the same: what's your story? As I was preparing for today's event, I was thinking about this person and I was reminded of the fact that storytellers were the teachers of the ancient world. Before school became formal like this with caps and gowns and diplomas, we gathered round storytellers who told us things to learn. We transferred lessons from one generation to the next through the stories that we told. The ancient Greeks, they told stories about heroes and gods. Hawaiians told stories about great travels across the sea. Native Americans, Africans, the Irish, we all told stories and we learned from them. Now, you, the graduating class, you may not have recognized them, but you were surrounded by storytellers. For 12 years of formal education now, your schools have presented you with stories from which to learn, kind of an extended story hour. Let me give you just a couple of examples of some of the adults who are actually graduating with you this year. Let me present for you Mr. Mike Carmoli, a Rutland High School graduate. As a Rutland High School graduate, he sat in the same seats that you're sitting in right now. And he has been teaching you history. And what is history but stories from the past? He's been teaching all of you ancient and contemporary stories, with maybe a few of his own mixed in there as well, for over 30 years. I present for you Mr. Steve French. Another Rutland High School graduate who actually did his student teaching in the old RHS building which a few members of the class of 1976 may remember. He has been sharing stories like The Great Gatsby for over 30 years. Speaking of the class of 1976, I offer for you Miss Ann Carpenter, another Rutland High School graduate. For 32 years, she welcomed students to the guidance office, and she could well tell you that every student who arrived at her door, they had a story to tell. It might be a love story, a sob story, a comedy, especially stories about why you weren't in class at that time. But everybody had a story to tell. I offer Coach Mike Norman. As both a coach as well as an athletic director for 32 years, he has been giving you as students and your predecessors the opportunity to be the heroes of your own stories on the field, on the ice, and on the court. Last but certainly not least, Miss Kathy Archer. As a theater teacher and director, along with her student actors, she has been bringing stories to life on the stage for over 40 years. Collectively, that's over 160 years worth of storytelling. Before you graduate, we have one more storyteller. Tonight, I'm joined here on stage with Miss Jenny Everett, a graduate of the class of 1997, who sat in those same seats and then went on to write her own story as an athlete, as a businesswoman, and now as a leader in higher education. These have been the storytellers who have shown you the stories from history and literature, from the theater and from athletics, stories that can teach us and humble us, and you have been hearing them from your teachers and also from your families and your coaches for over 18 years of life now. And now, it is your time. It is your time to write your story. I have a question for you to the graduates of the class of 2026. What's your story? You have heard our stories, both our own as well as those from literature and history and the theater. My question is this: what's your story? The book, it's open. The page is blank. The pen has been put in your hand. Today is the start of a new chapter, and you are now the writer of the story. Before I close, I want you, the graduating class of 2026, to turn ahead in your storybook, and I want you to mark your calendar. Tonight, I want you to mark your calendar, please. Thursday, June 9th, 2076. They get it. Thursday, June 9th, 2076, you are invited to join the Rutland High School graduating class to receive your 50-year diploma. We've reserved your seat, and we cannot wait to hear the stories that you will tell. Good luck to the class of 2026. Congratulations. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Ms. Pam Reed, Superintendent of Schools, for the presenting of golden diplomas to the great class of 1976.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight is indeed a celebration. Graduates, you have reached a milestone deserving of both pride and gratitude. You have navigated challenges, embraced opportunities, built friendships, discovered your strength, and left your mark on our school community. Tonight, you join a long and distinguished line of Rutland High School graduates who have carried the values of this community forward into the world. And that brings us to a very special group seated among us this evening. 50 years ago, the class of '76 crossed the graduation stage during America's bicentennial year, a time of national reflection, celebration, and optimism. There were more than 330 students in the class of '76, graduating from a school that was then located where our intermediate school is now. Their high school experience looked a little different from yours. The student population was so large that students attended school in shifts. Some began their day early in the morning, while others started later and attended into the afternoon and early evening hours. Space was so limited that their phys ed classes took place off campus. Today's graduates may find it a little difficult to imagine high school operating that way, but for the class of '76, that was just being part of Rutland High School. The buildings may have changed, the schedules have changed, technology has certainly changed, yet some things have not changed at all. The spirit of Rutland High School, the pride of being part of this community, and the lifelong bonds formed remain as strong as ever. The class of '76 and the class of '26 are 50 years apart, but they share something important. They both are products of a remarkable place that we call home. Both classes grew up in the shadow of the Green Mountains. Both learned the value of hard work, resilience, and community. Both discovered that being from Rutland means understanding that success is never achieved alone. It is built through neighbors helping neighbors, and school staff and mentors believing in students, families making sacrifices, and friends standing beside you through every life's challenge. As we honor the class of 1976, we do so not simply because 50 years has passed. We honor them because they remind us of what it's like to live a life connected to others. Over the years, members of the class of 1976 have experienced triumphs and setbacks, celebrations and sorrows. They've built careers, raised families, served their communities, and pursued their dreams. They've also experienced the loss of classmates and friends whose memories have remained deeply cherished. In a beautiful expression of remembrance and enduring friendships, the class of '76 has planted a grove of 50 trees in a United States national forest. Each tree stands as a living tribute to their classmates and friends that they loved and lost over the years. There is something especially meaningful about that gift. Trees grow slowly and steadily. Their roots deepen with time. Their branches stretch onward, providing strength, shelter, and beauty long after they're planted. The grove created by the class of '76 reminds us that while lives may end, the impact people have on one another continues to grow. What a fitting legacy for a class of Rutland graduates, and what a meaningful lesson for the class of '26. Tonight, as you receive your diplomas, you are planting your own roots, and you are extending your own branches. You don't know where life will take you yet. Some of you will remain close to Rutland. Others will travel far beyond Vermont. But wherever you go, the values you learn here and the people that have helped shape who you are will remain a part of you. Like the members of class of '76, you will build careers, families, friendships, and communities. And if you're fortunate, as Mr. Schillinger said, 50 years from now, you will return to our home for an evening like this, with stories to tell, memories to share, and lifelong friendships that have endured the test of time. Members of the class of 1976, thank you for returning to your alma mater. Thank you for the example that you continue to set. Thank you for honoring your classmates through your grove of trees. And thank you for reminding all of us that the true measure in life is not found only in what we accomplish, but the relationships that we build and the memories that we preserve and the communities that we strengthen. At this time, with the help of Board Chair Charlene Seward, it's my distinct honor to recognize the Rutland High School class of 1976 and to present their golden diplomas. As I call your names, please stand up to receive this well-earned recognition and the gratitude of your continued school community of support. Donald M. Adams Jr. Douglas K. Allen. Mark L. Allen. Jennifer Emadon Bird. Robert Aronson. Kevin S. Barnes. Jean Bates. Tammy Beauchamp. Kevin J. Beauregard. Peggy Cannon Beauregard. Renita Billings Welch. Steve Bland. Okay, thanks. I guess I was going too fast. It's hot. All right. Thomas M. Bloomer. Thomas M. Bratter. Diane Braves Sante. Margaret Bride Lanfear. Ronald Broadwell. Sean Canary Kennedy. Mark H. Castor. Dean Chaffee. Christopher Kersones. Kevin Creed. Kenneth Allen Davis. Tammy M. Davis. Edward Delory. John H. Densmore. Teresa Desmarais Sweeney. Thomas L. Donahue. Greg T. Draper. Douglas Elliott. Lori Finneberg Himes. Marcy Fitzgerald Finney. Marie E. Fitzgerald. Thomas R. Floyd. Mark Thomas Garrow. Ronald Goldman. Louis E. Grover II. Sandy Hammond Reardon. Stephen Hawley. Jeff Patrick Heath. Joanne Horvath Solari. Wendy Ickenbrewer. Cynthia Johnson Asherman. Ellen Jones Hignett. Lisa Jones Brunson. Colleen Kelly. Karen Lawrence Landon. Mark Levins. Kimberly Lincoln Woodard. Robert Levac. Maureen Lovett. Michael S. Manny. Taffy Markowski Baker. Betsy Martin Putnam. Diane Moyer Curry Ahazi. Judy McCarthy. Ready? F. Christopher McCormick. Kevin McLaughlin. Stephen Merritt. Carl Stearns Miller. Susan V. Morallo. Kevin J. Mullen. J.C. Newton. Christopher P. Nolan. Richard O'Connor. Kathleen Parks. Lee Perkins. Timothy Pittinello. Ronald Paquette. Gail Predum Grover. Katie Robichaud Herbert. Anne Robillard Carpenter. Diane Rashawn Saltis. Hillary Rosenberg Hirsch. Judy Ryan Taranovich. William Anthony Sacco. Alicia Ann Rodriguez. Ernest Senecal. Krista Thomas. Bruce Tobin. Richmond Todd. Joseph Trapini Jr. Deborah Turner McNulty. John Edric. Turner. Frank Anthony Basso Jr. Elizabeth Jane Walker Mosier. Treen Wilson. Kelly Wortman Lewis. And last but certainly not least, Chip Ziegler. Congratulations to the class of 1976, and thank you for coming. While you are welcome to stay, while you're welcome to say, stay, I see that you're all ready to get on with the festivities and shenanigans. So at this time, you can go ahead and exit if you wish. Thank you for joining us tonight.
All done? Okay. Good evening. It is my privilege to have the opportunity to introduce one of my closest friends, Aaliyah Barnes. Since meeting her during our freshman year of high school, I've had the opportunity to watch her grow into an amazing leader and incredibly determined student. Growing up in the Rutland area, Aaliyah has been deeply involved in both her school and community. Throughout her time at Rutland High School, she has taken on leadership roles in organizations including Justice for All, Key Club, and the National Honor Society. Getting to work side by side with Aaliyah in these organizations, I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand how gracefully she balances all of her commitments. No matter how much she has on her plate, she remains organized, reliable, and always willing to put others before herself. Her selflessness and dedication to those around her are qualities I deeply admire. Aaliyah has been a dedicated dancer since 2012. Her years on the competition team have fostered not only a passion for dance, but also the discipline, perseverance, and teamwork that have no doubt played a role in who she is today. This fall, Aaliyah will attend Middlebury College, where she plans to major in education with a focus on elementary education, while also pursuing minors in English and psychology. Her passion for learning and helping others makes this path a natural fit for her, and there is no doubt in my mind that she will make a meaningful difference in the lives of her future students. With all of that being said, please join me in welcoming Aaliyah as one of our graduation speakers.
Good evening to the Rutland High School graduating class of 2026. This day is a culmination of everything you've worked toward. This morning, I looked at the photo we all took on our first day of high school. Packed into the auditorium like sardines in a can, We were cheesing widely in front of the red RHS flag. We all looked like babies. We were nervous, excited, and unaware of the paths we'd take to earn our diplomas today. We're feeling a chaotic mix of emotions right now. While I'm happy to be here before all of you, I'm uncertain and anxious. And it's not just because I'm speaking to an incredibly large arena full of people. There's so much change happening around us, so many things we're unsure of. Our futures, our relationships, our decisions. It often feels difficult to continue pushing forward. And although today is about us and this momentous achievement we've worked for, I want to share a quick story. If you know me, you know I can't pass up the opportunity to mention Taylor Swift. Like the pop icon, I've defined many moments of my life in terms of eras. These eras have been defined by excitement, heartbreak, and a whirlwind of emotions. One crucial era occurred in middle school when the COVID-19 pandemic would take everything we knew and flip it right on its head. Isolated from friends and uncertain about my future, I struggled with serious anxiety that buzzed in my head like an unwelcome guest. I felt hopelessness, dread, and depression. I began therapy shortly after. And while my counseling would guide me through the turmoil of a global pandemic, my social anxiety in the first 2 years of high school, it would fall short in preparing me for one of my next pivotal eras, junior and senior year of high school. My junior year, I would quit dance, the one constant in my life since I was young. Now, everyone was under the impression that I took a break because I wanted to focus on my studies, which was partially correct. But really, my anxiety and melancholy were only amplified as I moved throughout high school. Life became too much, too worrisome, and riddled with dread. Then, I learned about a mental health nonprofit, Erica's Lighthouse, at the end of my junior year. This organization works to erase the stigma surrounding mental health. It emphasizes speaking out about our depression and that young adults like all of us don't have to face it alone. I hoped that my advocacy would instill in me a kind of confidence that would allow me to talk about my own struggle with my mental health. I took the opportunity to work with Erica's Lighthouse and spread resources throughout RHS. I gave presentations, decorated bulletin boards, and spoke about the shame surrounding mental health. Whether it was peers coming to me to share their stories or teachers praising my bravery, I was a role model. But I was a fraud. Here I was, advocating for speaking up about your mental health, but I couldn't do the same. With college applications, financial worries, and a looming May 1st decision day, it felt like the world was pressing down on me and I simply couldn't handle it. It felt like I couldn't push forward. Showing up every day was painful. Having to make decisions, be a leader, and maintain high academic standards was exhausting. I can't accurately express how many times I wiped away tears or quelled a panic attack in the nurse's office before the next bell. But one day, reading my AP Psychology textbook of the Depressive Disorders chapter, there, at the very end of the chapter, was an anagram for depression. When rearranging the letters of depression, you get I pressed on. Now, reading that on a gloomy Thursday of second semester senior year, when, ironically, I skipped school that day because I was so anxious, hit me like a truck. Despite knowing that I wasn't alone in my battle with mental health, I never realized how much of my resilience played a massive role in my ability to press on. I had the courage to continue waking up every day and try. I had the confidence in myself, whether I believed in it or not, to keep going, knowing that one day I'd come out stronger on the other side. My point in sharing this with you is to remind you of how strong we are. Because we kept pressing on, we are here today. You saw potential in yourself that I'm sure everyone around you can see as well. This enabled you to strive for what you want. We poured countless hours and dedication into what we believed was important. Because of our strength to press on, despite the setbacks life may have thrown at us, we are now going to press on to our next era. As we leave here today and start our next era, I hope we carry with us the confidence and the courage that has brought us to this moment. We don't know what the future holds, and our paths are not linear, but we know we're capable. We've shown this perseverance, and we've seen it in each other. We are strong and remarkable, and it's not because of the medals or the stoles around our necks, but because of the obstacles we've overcome. So let's keep pressing on. And because I can't resist, in the wise words of a tortured poet and my favorite showgirl, Miss Swift, take the moment and taste it. You've got no reason to be afraid. Thank you, and congratulations to the amazing class of 2026.
Thank you, Aaliyah, for that amazing speech. Our next speaker, Our next speaker is Evelyn Caputo, one of the 2 honor speakers for the class of 2026. Evelyn has made the most of her time at Rutland High School, always finding ways to get involved and contribute. Whether she's performing on stage, playing music, helping lead a club, or volunteering in a community, she has left a positive mark on Rutland High School and the broader community through her enthusiasm, leadership, and willingness to serve. After graduation, Evelyn will attend the University of New Hampshire to study music education. She hopes to return to Rutland area one day as a music teacher, giving future students the same opportunities and encouragement that have meant so much to her. Please join me in welcoming Evelyn Caputo.
Thank you, Cedar. No, I don't know about most of you, but I went into high school with my head down. All I wanted to do was do well in class, get good grades, and go home, which, as we know, is easier said than done. Later in my freshman year, I realized how much more I could make out of my time here at Rutland. I became involved with many clubs and music ensembles. They gave me a sense of purpose beyond the classroom. Some of the best classes I've taken at Rutland haven't been the easiest. Last spring, in one of my favorite classes, AP Language and Composition with Mr. French, we were asked to make a personal speech. I chose to share about being born premature and having a learning disability. For most of my life, I hid that part of myself. I felt an immense sense of shame because of the stigma surrounding learning disabilities, a stigma that only seemed to feel heavier in high school. I didn't want to be labeled as special or slow. I just wanted to keep up. But that shame actually held me back. It led me to avoid my special educators and refuse the 504 plan accommodations that were designed to help me succeed. But when I finally decided to share my story openly, something changed. I didn't find judgment, I found connection. I was able to grow in that classroom, and instead of feeling unworthy, I felt a sense of purpose. After delivering my speech, I had classmates that reached out to me and shared their similar struggles. It made me realize that being vulnerable helped me and others change their thinking on how we view one another and the different courses we are on. That is the true beauty of this time in our lives, adaptability. We got to see who we become when we choose to better ourselves for our community. Not all of us have a learning disability, but none of us have walked the same exact path. And our growth didn't just happen in the classrooms. It happened out on the fields and courts. For our athletes, high school may be the last time you ever play competitively, and it has been a privilege to experience that energy together. Through the wins and the grueling practices, we learned integrity and wellness, discovering how to take care of ourselves and each other when the pressure was on. And of course, high school isn't just about what we gained, it's about how we changed. We lost friendships too. Maybe you had childhood friends who seemed to change once you entered high school, or maybe you were the one who changed. We discovered what it means to adapt, grow, and develop. And here we are, graduating on this stage together. As we prepare to branch out by starting a new job or going off to college, remember that this small community gave us the strength to be ourselves and to share our stories and to lean on one another. We aren't just leaving with our diplomas. We are leaving with empathy for those around us and the integrity to be our true selves. We carry the spirit of Rutland with us. We have appreciated the past, and now we are the hope for the future. And I'm sure we've all thought living in Rutland can feel like living in a bubble. A tucked away New England town hidden from the rest of the world. I think so too. But I think that's one of our greatest strengths. Instead of looking at this bubble as isolating, think of it as a cocoon. It gave us the warmth and the security to develop. Our tight-knit community is what allowed us to succeed. Being able to recognize your friends in the hallways and knowing your faculty personally is a privilege that not every student gets. Now the cocoon opens. It's time for us to take the strength we found there, lift up our heads, spread our wings, and bring it to the rest of the world. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Evelyn, for the deeply personal and heartfelt message to our class. I would now like to introduce our honored speaker tonight, Ms. Jenny Everett. She currently serves as a Deputy AD Chief Financial Officer for George Mason University Athletics, a Division I collegiate program with 22 sports and 500 student athletes. Before her career in athletics, administration, and business, she competed for the United States national field hockey team and represented the U.S. in international competitions such as the World Cup. During college, she played midfield at Wake Forest, where she was a Division I All-American, All-ACC, Hall of Fame selection, and Verizon Academic All-American. She concluded her collegiate career with 76 goals and 186 points. She is also a member of the Vermont Hall of Fame. She built an equally successful career off the field, having worked in private equity with the Carlyle Group, one of the top private equity firms in the world, where she executed the largest private equity leveraged technology buyout at the time at $17 billion, and served as a CEO and CFO of several companies. Her academic achievements are just as incredible. She graduated from Harvard Business School with high distinction as a George F. Baker Scholar, UNC Chapel Hill with high honors as a Master of Accounting, and Wake Forest University, summa cum laude, where she was presented with the award for the highest academic achievement in business. And before all that, she graduated from Rutland High School as a member of the class of 1997. Welcome back to your hometown, Miss Everett. Your journey reflects a commitment to excellence, leadership, and learning in every facet of life. Please join me in welcoming Jenny Everett as our honored alumni speaker.
To your principal, faculty and staff, the graduation committee, and the families and friends with us today, thank you. You didn't just plan a ceremony, you created a moment these students will carry for the rest of their lives. That is no small thing. And seeing you here tonight, I could not be more proud to be a Rutland High School graduate. And before I say another word, I do need to tell you about a phone call. A few months ago, my phone rang. It was Mike Norman, Coach Norman, My track coach, what feels like a lifetime ago. Now, Coach Norman is not the kind of man who calls just a small talk. When his name showed up on my screen, I thought, what did I do? Did I miss a workout? Does he know I can't do 400-meter repeats anymore? Old habits. But he said something I didn't expect. He said, I've been thinking about you as our graduation speaker, and I just wanted to ask if you could make it. That was it. No agenda, just those words. I sat in my house after that call, because here's the truth. Coach Norman had carried some piece of my story without me ever knowing it. And that phone call reminded me of something I want to give to you today. The people who shape us are often working on us long after we've left the room. So class of 2026, you did it. I want to talk to you today about 3 things: grace and gratitude, the help that lives within you, and the most important person you will ever compete against, your prior self. And I'm going to tell you 3 stories. One from a village in Africa, one from a basketball gym in North Carolina, and one from a class that changed the way I think about growth. When I was playing hockey in South Africa, I was told a story about a young American who traveled to a small village in Africa. Whether it happened exactly this way doesn't matter. The truth it carries does. He gathered the children of the village at the edge of a field. He placed a basket of candy at the foot of a tree on top of the largest hill he could see, maybe 100 yards away. And he said, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, whoever reaches the basket first wins everything inside. He said, 1, 2, 3, go. Every single child reached out and took the hand of the child next to them, and they all ran together. They arrived at that same moment, sat down under that tree on the highest hill, and shared the candy. The young American was stunned. He said, why? One of you could have had it all. A little girl looked up to him and said one word, Ubuntu. In the traditions of Southern Africa, Ubuntu means I am because we are. Another child said, how can one of us be happy if all the others are sad? That young American had set up a winner-take-all game because that is the world he came from. One winner, many losers. First place takes the basket, the medal, the trophy, the money. But those children had never learned to see the world that way. They didn't see competitors lined up beside them. They saw their people. And you cannot win alone when you define winning as something you share. Now think about your own life. And if you're honest, truly honest, you can name at least 3 people without whom you would not be sitting in that chair today. Maybe it's a parent who worked a second job so you could go to school or on that field trip. Maybe it's a teacher who pulled you aside after class and said, I see something in you. Or maybe it's a friend who talked you off a ledge at 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. Or maybe it's a coach who called you years later with no agenda. Grace is what they gave you. Gratitude is what you owe them, not in money, not always in words, but in how you live. Ubuntu doesn't ask you to be indebted. It asks you to understand that you are connected, that when you succeed, you carry them with you, and that when you reach back and pull someone else forward, you're paying a debt that can never be invoiced, only passed on. So before this day is over, tonight, this week, find your 3 people, look them in the eye, and you don't have to be eloquent. The act of gratitude is enough. Now, shifting gears, I want to tell you about a moment from a Duke women's basketball practice. The team had just lost the final drill of the day. As a penalty, the losing players had to run. They were fully capable of making the required time. Their bodies could do it, but they were frustrated, angry, disappointed, so they ran slower. They gave less. Head coach Kara Lawson watched this happen and stopped everything. She looked at her players and said something that has stayed with me ever since I heard it. She said, giving less after a loss is illogical. Think about that word, illogical. Not wrong, not weak, illogical. Because if you lost and then you respond to that loss by giving less effort, what exactly do you think is going to happen next? You're guaranteeing the same result. You are making certain that tomorrow looks just like today. Reduced effort after a loss does not lead to a win. It leads to another loss and another. Coach Lawson called it falling into the trap of letting frustration decide your effort, the trap of letting a bad result shrink the size of who you are, the trap for waiting things to get better while you're actively making things worse. Her broader message to that team and now to all of us is this: we all wait in life for things that get better, and it will never get easier. What happens is you handle the hard better. Not the situation gets easier, you get better at handling it. Here's what that means for you. If you start running today and a mile leaves you gasping, you might think, just give me 2 weeks and this will feel easier. But for 2 weeks from now, it isn't easier. You're stronger. Your lungs have adapted. Your legs have grown. The mile didn't change. You changed. That is the whole secret. Life is not going to ease up on you. The tests don't get simpler. The jobs don't get less demanding. And the relationships don't get less complicated. The losses, and there will be losses, don't get less painful. But you get more capable, more resilient, more practice at standing back up. So here's the question Coach Lawson was early asking her players, and I'm asking of you today. When you lose, and you will lose, what do you do next? Do you slow down? Do you shrink? Do you give the situation permission to decide your effort? Or do you say, this is exactly the moment I run harder? You're a student. You will sit in classes that bore you, confuse you, or feel irrelevant. You have more patience than you think. You will be a worker. You will have bosses who don't see you, coworkers who frustrate you, and days when the job feels thankless. You have more resilience than you think. And you'll be a parent, many of you, or an aunt, uncle, mentor, sibling, to someone who's watching your every move. You have more love than you think. And you'll be a teacher, formally or informally, because every person who has ever lived has taught something to someone. You have more wisdom than you think. The help you're looking for is not always outside you. Sometimes, often, it is within you, waiting for you to stop looking elsewhere long enough to find it. And the most important lesson you will ever teach is not written in any curriculum. It is this: I fell down, I got back up, I came back harder, and I stopped waiting for the moment to get easier and started becoming someone who handles hard better. Now I want to tell you about a class. A ceramics professor divided her students into 2 groups at the start of the semester. She told the first group, you'll be graded on quantity. Make as many bowls as you can. Every bowl counts. The more you make, the better your grade. She told the second group, the more you make, you'll be graded on quality. You have the entire semester. Make 1 bowl, but make it perfect. At the end of the semester, she evaluated all the work, and something remarkable happened. Every single one of the best bowls, the most refined, the most beautiful, the strongest, came from the quantity group. Not one came from the quality group. And how is that possible? The quality group had more time, they had more focus, they had one mission. But here's what the quantity group had that the quality group didn't: repetition. They sat down at the wheel every day. The first bowl was rough, the second bowl a little better, the third still. By the time they reached their 30th bowl, they had learned things about clay and craft in their own hands that the quality group, sitting and thinking and planning and perfecting, never discovered. The quality group was waiting for the perfect moment to make the perfect thing, and it never came. The quantity group wasn't competing with each other. Each one of them was quietly, daily, relentlessly competing with their own previous work. Each bowl had one opponent, the bowl that came before it. Can I do better than yesterday's bowl? That is the question. That is the whole question. The scoreboard, the ranking, the comparison, none of that is nobility. Nobility is looking at who you were 12 months ago and being honest about that gap between that person and who you are today, and then closing it again and again. You may not be the best student in your class, but you can be a more curious student than you were last semester. You may not be the most talented worker in the room, but you can be more prepared, more reliable, and more generous with your effort than the version of who walked in last year. And you may not be a perfect parent, but you can repair what you break. You can say, I was wrong. You can show your children that the bravest thing a person can do is to look honestly at themselves and decide to do better. Sit down at that wheel every day, make the bowl, make the next bowl better, and 20 years from now, look back at what you built, not compared to anyone else, but compared to the person you were when you walked out of here today. And that is the only competition that matters. It is the only one you're guaranteed to win if you keep showing up. Let me leave you with 3 commitments, not bullet points, things to carry. Lesson 1, grace and gratitude. Look outside yourself. You didn't get here alone. You never will. Remember Ubuntu. I am because we are. Name your people, thank them, and be one of them for someone else. Lesson 2, handle hard better. Look inside yourself. Life will not get easier, but you'll get stronger. Don't fall into that trap of letting a loss make you smaller. When it gets hard, and it will get hard, that is exactly the moment to run harder. Lesson 3, compete with your prior self and sit down at that wheel. Forget the leaderboard. Make the bowl and make it better than yesterday. Show up every day and earn that. I want to close where I started with a phone call I didn't expect. Here is what that tells me. What you do for people does not expire. The kindness you show today, it doesn't expire. The effort you put in when no one is watching, it doesn't expire. And the standard you hold yourself to, quietly and consistently, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, it does not expire. Those Duke players in that gym on that day, they had a choice. Run slower, confirm the loss, or run harder and begin to change the story. The choice is in front of you every single day. The gym just looks different. Those children under the tree in Africa didn't run together because someone told them to. They ran together because they have been shaped by their families, their village, their elders, into people who could not imagine winning alone. And that ceramic student sitting at the wheel, making her 30th bowl, she wasn't thinking about the student across the room. She was thinking about yesterday's bowl and how today's could be better. You have been shaped too, by the school, by these teachers, by the coaches who show up years later just to say they're proud, by the parents, families, and friends and people filling these seats right now who showed up today because they believe in you and because they're a part of you and because I am, because we are. Now it's your turn to shape someone else. You're walking out of these doors today as the best version of yourself so far. And the most exciting thing I can tell you is this: so far is just the beginning. Now go handle hard better, and for goodness sake, be better tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Okay, it's time for the presentation of graduates. In just a few moments, Charlene Seward, the chair for the Board of the School Commissioners, will speak. But first, I have to say this. To all those assembled here, I hereby certify to you with the utmost confidence and respect that these candidates gathered together before you have successfully completed the requirements for graduation from Rutland High School. They have worked hard, overcome many challenges to earn the diplomas that they receive today. They are the product of our dedicated faculty and their proud families. I respectfully present to you the Rutland High School class of 2026.
On behalf of the Rutland City Board of School Commissioners, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2026. We are so proud of you. None of us reach a milestone like this alone. Along the way, there have been parents, grandparents, siblings, teachers, coaches, mentors, counselors, friends, and neighbors, and many others who encouraged you, challenged you, supported you, and believed in you. Graduates, this achievement belongs not only to you, but also to the many people who have helped guide you to this day, and they're all in this room. At this time, I would like to ask you to stand and turn to your family and those who have supported you and give them a heartfelt round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's begin the presentation of the diplomas.
All right. Let's do this. Ready? Aaliyah Ruth Barnes. Addison Ray Blanchard. Evelyn Violet Caputo. Thomas C. Cotter. Cedar Kai Hanlon. Ava Agard Johnson. Elizabeth Ann Alexander. Obaida Abdul Razi Alksur. Charmaine Priscilla Anderson. Brody John Austin. Joshua Allen Baker. Savannah Camille Barlow. Mackenzie Rose Barnes. Brandon Guy Bitorni. Dylan Michael Biathro. Kyle Arthur Blanchard. Liliana Grace Blanchard. Jose Bolton Lizama. Michael Edward Bove. Nora Lee Bradbury. Emma Lee Braley. Matthew John Bratton. Annabelle May Bridge. Justin Matthew Broom. Destiny May Bruno. Quincy Edward Brutamesso. Thomas James Burke. Caleb Patrick Burton. Kiana Lee Bushy. Audrey Rose Caputo. Allie Elizabeth Soretta. Anthony Sean Chamberlain. Logan Chamberlain. Kaylin Rose Champagne. Matthew Kenneth Clark. Ariana Elizabeth Cofrancisco. Shannon Rose Colton. James Kahn. Gavin Graham Connolly. Brody Joseph Cook. Sierra Marie Cookson. Logan Angel Cortina. Owen Patrick Cosgrove. Lena Marie Sear. Noah William Dake. Ryan Gregory Danielle. Maria Christina Drashillo. Jaden Drost. Ira Joseph Eaton. Liam James Itori. Corbin Lucas Einen. Aiden Douglas Farrell. Christian Fothergill. Jaden Ann Freeman. Rihanna Isabel Freeman. Mia Lacey Fuller. Grady Gallagher. Sydney Lynn Guile. Jackson Cole Gilmond. Ava Marie Grant. Abigail Rosanna Graves. Emma Julianne Grimes. Kylan Gurney. John Owen Hackett. Jake Hall. Ava Caitlin Hamus. Kala N. Heck. Mindy Henry. Donovan Michael Horick. Bridget Emma Horrocks. Alexis Elizabeth James Howland. Gavin Frederick Hughes. Amelia Joe Jakubowski. Caden Maximus Jensen. Malachi Johnson. Preston Davis Bradley Johnston. Mason Wilson Keefe. Timur Kitugan. Madeline Grace Kleber Rose. Kyler James Kuehl. Kale Darcy Labor. Jackson Winford Lang. Evan Michael Lathrop. Jaden Richard Lawless. Elvira Janice Lintia. Peyton James Lynch. Eisen Carter Mashane. Riley Davis McCullough. McKenna Ozra McLaughlin. Jackson Earl Megan. Carson William Meggs. Zachary Van Meleen. Diana Jean Molinari. Rayvon Ladanian Morrison. Nicholas Christopher Naselli. Bella Aliyah Nashad. Piper Veronica Newman. Seth Allen Newton. Griffin John Norton. Carl M. O'Grady. Joshua Connor Pankratz. Priyam Hitashbai Patel. Maddox Violet Paul. Daniel David Perkins. Sophia Lynn Perrone. Lily Raven Pike. Chelsea B. Pond. Emily Page Porchessa. Aaron Joseph Potter. Leah Marie Potter. Tupper Grant Quenville. Troy Michael Ragosta. Kiana Brielle Reed. Shania Elaine Reed. Dakota J. Remick. Colin Michael Ryder. Alana Marie Rooney. Keegan E. Ryan. Madison Claire Severance. Isabella Lynn Shaw. Amelia Deirdre Shelton. Austin Michael Siliski. Jackson Singson. Cooper Wilson Sparks. Graciana Mary Stannard. William Frederick Steele III. Ethan Thomas Stone. Whitfield Scott Sullivan. Mackenzie Braylon Taylor. Sienna Grace Trainer. Julie Elizabeth Tu. Jonah William Henry Valcor. Anna Sophia Vitagliano. Emma Elise Webster. Ethan Patrick Whalen. Kieran Blue Wizalis. Kellen Michael Wood. Camille Sedora Woods. Charles Arthur Woods. Sophia Elizabeth Wolf. Kaylin O. Wortman. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2026. I ask everyone to please stand for the playing of the Alma Mater.
Graduates, we will now move our tassels from right to left.